me.
Oh, man. I mean, I don't want to shoot nobody.
They're just robots, Morty. It's okay to shoot them. They're robots.
Who says all science fiction stories have to put an emphasis on doom and gloom?
Glenn's bleeding to death. Someone call his wife and children.
They're not robots, Rick.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 sci-fi comedy TV shows. For this list, we're taking a look at the TV shows that flawlessly blend elements of science fiction with humor.
It is now clear to me that this calls for stronger methods of persuasion.
Number 10, Invader Zim.
No, it can't be. Zim.
It's not hugely surprising that this dark cartoon lasted only a few dozen episodes. It was deranged, disgusting, and disturbing. But it was also hilarious, inventive, and did we mention hilarious?
What about his horrible green head? Insolent fool boy! It's a skin condition.
Invader Zim is one of several shows on this list about an alien living on Earth. What's interesting about Zim, though, is he's the one protagonist here who's technically a villain, who wants to enslave mankind. Despite his devilish nature, the audience actually kind of wants Zim to fulfill his dream of becoming a great invader. And the ride is riotous.
Everyone, remember last Christmas when you thought that escaped gorilla was Santa?
He wasn't?
Number 9, The Jetsons.
Nothing to stand up and scream about.
After Hanna-Barbera provided a humorous take on the prehistoric lifestyle with the Flintstones,
It's unbelievable but true.
it was only natural for them to produce an animated sitcom that observed the future in the same comedic light.
I might as well relax. They'll keep this up for a couple hours or so.
Set in the space age of 2062, the Jetsons used animation to its full advantage to create a futuristic environment occupied by memorable characters and innovative technology.
I press this thing for meals and hi-fi music comes out of the garbage disposal. I never know what's going to come out.
Actually, some of the technology, like flat-screen TVs and video phones, would one day become a reality.
Mother, I was just going to call you.
Although, scientists still haven't perfected flying cars that transform into briefcases. Number 8, Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Wow, the giant Q-tip wars, I heard about these.
Some B-movies have held up better than expected. Others are just as painful to watch today as they were several decades ago.
Mother.
Would you shut up?
Launched into space by the devious doctors Clayton Forrester and Lawrence Earhart, Joel Robinson and his robot buddies are forced to endure these horrible movies on a spaceship.
I'll send them cheesy movies. The worst I can find.
Fortunately, they all have a great sense of humor and a knack for mocking the ridiculous, which they do for our benefit.
No, I'll get the door, thank you. My dress is too small.
Mystery Science Theater 3000 was truly ahead of its time, paving the way for other critics to make fun of movies scene by scene on the internet.
Okay, what about the film didn't you like? The film we just saw, Earth vs. Soup. What was it about you didn't like or didn't care for? Say, the plot or... Yes, Gary. The plot?
Number 7, Dexters Laboratory.
Hello, Dexter. Hello, Mrs. Wolfberg.
Hey, Dexter.
Hello.
Even if you didn't like science growing up, chances are you dreamed of having a secret laboratory in your bedroom. That's probably because you watched Dexter's Laboratory, an animated series that followed the adventures of a diminutive boy genius who somehow managed to fit a humongous lab behind a bookshelf in his parents' house.
This better be important, woman. You are interrupting my very delicate calculations.
The setting made for a number of imaginative and comedic situations involving the egotistical Dexter bumping heads with his well-meaning but foolishly destructive sister Dee Dee, or even worse, Mandark.
Please, sir, call me Mandark.
Scientific hilarity ensues.
Jojo.
Dexter! Dee Dee! Mandark!
Dexter?
Mandark!
Dexter.
Number 6. Hyperdrive.
You abandoned your command. What? I went to the toilet. You were ages.
Nick Frost might never land a part in a Star Trek movie alongside his pal Simon Pegg, but at least he'll always have hyperdrive.
You'll be brilliant. You always are.
Thank you very much.
This BBC comedy is essentially a workplace sitcom. Instead of an office, though, the workplace is a British spacecraft set in the early 2050s.
We are the Glish.
Before we proceed, may we lick your hands?
Of course. Well, there's nothing sexual in this. Taste is our most highly developed sense. When we meet a new friend, we always taste them.
Frost shines as Commander Henderson, a bumbling leader reminiscent of a dumpier Captain Kirk.
I'm sorry, I don't grasp the significance of your eyebrow waggling, Commander.
Have you ever done it with 2 women at once?
Bolstered by its performances and wit, Hyperdrive works wonderfully as both a satire of science fiction television as well as a loving homage.
Goodbye, Michael.
Goodbye.
So hang on, you can't just go around saying nice things to guards because you want them to kill you. You have to mean it.
Just take orders for once.
No, I don't want to now.
He's so naughty. Shoot me, you cow.
Number 5. Alf.
We have a visitor.
One of the weirdest shows of the 80s, and that's saying something, Alf told the story of a wisecracking alien who landed on Earth.
It talks. It's heavy, it's hairy, and it talks.
Good. Now how about fixing my spaceship so I can get my heavy, hairy body out of here?
But unlike many Earthbound pop culture aliens, this one wouldn't hurt a fly. Although he might eat your cat.
Snack? What kind of a snack?
You got a cat?
You eat cats?
You can't eat Lucky.
No cat eating. Not in this house.
The stranded extraterrestrial is hunted by the government and taken in by the loving Tanner family.
Yeah, would you hand me something to dry off with, please? You got it.
But unlike most domesticated alien sitcoms, Alf isn't merely an alien who looks like a human. He's a little hairy puppet.
So, you're a rugrat. Not very user-friendly, are you?
The unique title character made Alf a defining show of the era.
You mean that?
Later spawning a cartoon prequel series, talk show, and Pogs.
But look, I got some cool Pogs. Alf Pogs. Remember Alf? He's back. In pod form.
Number 4. Mork and Mindy.
What an interesting position to be in. I tip my crippler to you, sir. Do that, do that.
When an orcan named Mork crossed paths with the Cunningham family, it was the strangest thing to happen on Happy Days since Fonzie jumped the shark.
No kidding, does it?
A character this bizarre simply had to inspire a spin-off, in a role he was born to play. Robin Williams portrayed Mork as a hyper-alien studying human behavior.
Oh, thanks a lot for walking me home, Father. I'm afraid I hardly gave you a chance to talk, but I was just so mad, you know what I mean?
Nat, my pleasure. I was sent here to learn, you know.
Assisting Mork was the human Mindy, a perfect comedic foil and love interest for the overexcited extraterrestrial.
You really are from out there.
No, actually, I'm from out there.
Cute and wacky, Mork and Mindy is a one-of-a-kind show strengthened by its unparalleled performances, improv moments, and witty observations of humanity.
Amazing. If everyone's different, how can a society function?
Not very well. They almost locked me up because they thought my mind was imperfect.
Intelligent life.
Number 3. Futurama.
What the?
From the mind of Simpsons creator Matt Groening, Futurama utilized the technique of animation to parody everything sci-fi oriented, from Star Trek to The Twilight Zone.
You're entering the vicinity of an area adjacent to a location. The kind of place where there might be a monster or some kind of weird mirror. These are just examples. It could also be something much better. Prepare to enter the scary door.
Half the time, the references zoom by so fast, you need to watch each episode twice to catch them all. The show also tackles many relevant modern topics like gas prices and iPhones.
With the new iPhone, you can watch, listen, ignore your friends, stalk your ex, download porno on a crowded bus, even check your email while getting hit by a train.
Best of all, Futurama provides timeless characters to execute such satire, including the childlike Fry, the asinine alcoholic robot Bender.
Why would a robot need to drink?
I don't need to drink. I can quit any time I want.
And the incompetently hilarious Dr. John Zoidberg.
I'm not on trial here.
Number 2, Red Dwarf.
This must seem pretty spooky for everyone. But I don't want you to think of me as someone who's dead. More as someone who's no longer a threat to your marriages.
This enduring British series takes place on a mining spaceship where the last known human resides.
Is that a cigarette you're smoking, Lister?
No, it's a chicken.
Sadly for humanity, that legendary human is Dave Lister, a slob who embodies the human race at its messiest.
It's stupid anyway, all this maintenance business. The only reason they don't give this job to the service robots is they've got a better union than us.
Lister isn't alone, though, with a hologram of his tightly wound bunkmate, an evolved cat creature, and a few others along for the ride. Red Dwarf is all about great character interactions, but also works in plenty of creative sci-fi scenarios. It's about the closest any shows come to recreating Star Trek with a comedic edge.
Oh my God. Field microsurgery, all part of basic training in the Space Corps Special Service. I'll go scrub up. I'll go and throw up.
Before we arrive at our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
What do you expect me to do with that? Stick her in your ear. What? It's only a little one. Listen, that's that. Listen, it's important. What?
It's called two-fry. Always makes it quick and clean.
Two-fry. Nice hat.
Vox wardrobe change RP829.
I had to make a bomb, Morty. I had to create a bomb.
What? A bomb?
I'm gonna drop it down there. Just get a whole fresh start. Create a whole fresh start.
That's absolutely crazy.
Come on, Morty. Just take it easy. Morty. It's gonna be good.
That's it. Mission completed.
Number 1, Third Rock from the Sun.
Everyone fully formed? Yeah, everyone got 10 fingers, 11 toes. Check. Good. I guess we're in.
Aliens disguised as humans, the Solomon family consists of a flamboyant high commander.
You smell so nice.
Thanks, I try.
A masculine lieutenant getting in touch with his feminine side.
Why can't Harry do it?
Because you're the woman.
That brings up a very good question. Why am I the woman?
A communicator with horrible communication skills.
I can't see through my eyelids.
And an older information officer stuck in a teen's body.
Why are you talking to me like I'm a child?
You are a child.
I'm older than you.
Well, now I'm bigger. And on this planet, size matters.
As outlandish as the aliens come off throughout their mission to study humanity, the people they encounter and fall in love with are every bit as dysfunctional.
Did you know that our bodies can produce feelings? I got a whole lot of them from Dr. Albright this afternoon.
Third Rock from the Sun says something about being human and being alien, showing us that the two aren't as different as we may think.
My God, you're burning up!
That's right, I'm burning up for you, baby.
I'm taking you home and putting you to bed.
All right! We're having sex tonight!
Do you agree with our list?
More!
What's your favorite sci-fi comedy show? For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
And anything you can do will be a big help.